This is who we are. 5 minutes of Marquette County history. Today, let's talk about veteran memorials in Marquette County. Veterans Day is November 11th. Did you know that Marquette County has several veterans memorials in different communities? And that there is a brochure that tells you all about them? Originally called Armistice Day, November 11th was set aside in 1919 by President Woodrow Wilson, who wrote, "To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service, and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the things from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations." Armistice Day commemorated the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, when a cessation of hostilities between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect, ending World War I. After World War II, Congress changed Armistice Day to Veterans Day to honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. The communities in Marquette County honor veterans with memorials as well as with events held each year. You can take a drive around beautiful Marquette County and stop to view memorials that honor the men and women who have served our country. Be it a piece of granite, a flag, a piece of military equipment, or names on a wall, the meaning behind the markers is the message that to honor another who steps up to serve makes us a nation proud, strong, and committed to freedom and liberty. The Marquette County Veterans Memorials are a part of our history and tell the stories within stories about past times and present days. Both the first Veterans Memorial and the enhanced Veterans Memorial for Marquette County were the products of volunteer citizens raising money and working with the county to have them built. In 2012, upon the request of then Marquette County Veteran Service Officer Rich Hazy, the Marquette County Board of Supervisors passed a resolution forming an ad hoc committee that studied and made recommendations for creating enhancements to the County Veterans Memorial on the grounds of the courthouse. 3 members were named to the committee and 2 more residents of the county were added. Besides VSO Hazy, David Benson of Westfield and Lalonde Skip Klemp from White Lake formed the initial committee. They and other volunteers raised money and designed the present enhanced Veterans Memorial. There is room for more names on the brick wall. Families can purchase a brick and it will be added to the memorial wall. After visiting the Veterans Memorial at the courthouse, you can head over to the Whiskey Farrell American Legion Post 351 east of Montello on State Highway 23. At the post, you can view an M60A3 tank. The M60, a descendant of the M47 and M48 Patton tanks, was the first American tank to be given the description main battle tank. The M60 series of tanks served the U.S. from 1960 through 1991 before being replaced with the A-1 Abrams tanks. Don't miss the Navy Memorial with anchor in memory of Sonny Drew, who with his wife donated the land for the American Legion. Another stop in Montello is the city cemetery on Underwood Avenue. In the cemetery is a Montello granite monument to the unknown, placed there by the WRC. The WRC was the Women's Relief Corps, the auxiliary to the Grand Army of the Republic established for Civil War veterans. The WRC was established nationally in 1883. The W.D. Walker GAR, Grand Army of the Republic, was founded in Montello. W.D. Walker was a captain in the Civil War. Another stop on your Veteran Memorial Tour in Montello is at Vaughn Hall, 55 West Montello Street, home of the Montello Historic Preservation Society. Some of World War II personal collection of Robert Ransom is on display, as well as a changing collection of military uniforms of men and women who served. Westfield has several stops for you on the Marquette County Veterans Memorial Tour. It once included an M60A3 tank that had been placed by VFW Eubank Ulrich Zulke Post AD 718. It sat on County Road J and Pioneer Drive. In July of 2019, this tank was moved to Brandon, Wisconsin by the Wisconsin National Guard. The military equipment on display at VFW's, American Legion's, and other sites is owned by the Department of Defense. Then head over to 127 North Main Street in Westfield and view the beautiful memorial wall, sculpture, and mural. This Veterans Memorial has a gazebo for sitting and reflecting, as well as a flowing artesian fountain and an accessible fishing pier right on the Westfield Mill Pond. Right around the corner from the Westfield Veterans Memorial is the Marquette County Historical Society. You'll find an extensive collection of military history on exhibit, all from Marquette County. It includes Civil War, Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, as well as other artifacts telling the stories of veterans and those who waited for them back home. Endeavor has a very special Veterans Memorial with both an M60A3 tank as well as a UH-1 Huey placed by the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 659. This helicopter was used in Vietnam and carried a crew of 2 officers and 2 enlisted men. There are 7 known Hueys on display in Wisconsin. The Carl E. Grabman American Legion Post 329 placed an M1A2 155mm howitzer in the park in downtown Briggsville. The U.S. Army adopted the M1 155mm howitzer in 1941. During World War II, it proved to be one of the best artillery pieces of its type in the world. After World War II, it was renamed the M114 and continued to serve through the Korean and Vietnam Wars. There are 14 known M1 M114 howitzers on display in Wisconsin. In Oxford, the Neenah Valley VFW Post 6003, just outside of the village, has an M60A3 tank. The VFW received the tank in 1998. The old mill town of Neshgoro honors veterans with a series of murals, one sponsored by Neshgoro VFW Post 10892 and another by American Legion Krause Clay Crane Post 423. The town of Harris's Veterans Memorial is in front of the Town Hall Fire Department and Old School on County Roads J and B. This memorial is truly from the heart. Citizens found an appropriate handsome boulder of familiar sandstone, placed it on a cement base, attached a bronze plaque, and put up a sturdy flagpole. The plaque reads, "In memory of those men and women from the town of Harris who served in the armed forces of the United States." Not all veteran memorials are granite or bronze. Veterans memorials can be tucked away in quiet corners. On August 23, 1942, the congregation of Trinity Lutheran Church in Packwaukee formally dedicated a U.S. flag, a Christian flag, and a service flag. The flags now hang in the narthex of the little church in Packwaukee. The service flag and stars were a gift from the Ladies' Aid. The flag cost was $3.10 and the stars were $2.40. The flag is edged in red and has 20 stars on a field of white, 17 silver stars depict those who served overseas and 3 blue who remained stateside in World War II. Robert Hollander's Silver Star was replaced by a gold one when he was killed in the defense of his country on November 19, 1943. History is passed on in many ways and in many forms. Veterans Memorials in Marquette County teach history of those who served, as well as the history of the communities which honor the veterans. Take some time to pick up a brochure and visit the Veterans Memorials of Marquette County this Veterans Day.